Salam, everyone. Salam. Rusner 3. Alright, let's hit it. So I'm reading some books I got. This book is packed full of tales of adventure. The monsters are ferocious, the men are muscle, the women are buxom, and the clothing is easily torn. Something is cleft in twain on every other page. Although you do find a passage that's a little less bloody, the woman's eyes were dusky, filled with mystery and promise. Baldur was intrigued. Anything? He asked. Anything, she said. Just name it and it could be yours. And what do you want in return? Or just a small thing, she smiled. Baldur laughed. Nothing about him was small. I want your soul, Baldur, she sighed. Give me your spirit, and whatever you desire shall be yours. Baldur considered this for a moment. Very well, I want a turnip. She hesitated. Your soul in exchange for a turnip? A nice turnip, nodded Baldur. Very well. Dark smoke swirled around the woman, whose skin was turning red. Then you shall. The next couple of pages have been torn out. When the story resumes, the woman now fully revealed as Devil is kneeling at Baldur's feet. Curse you, Baldur. I am bound to you. Yours to call upon when you need me, and your soul is your own once more. Let that be a lesson to you, laughed Baldur, never underestimating the power of a turnip. What? The fuck? That is an interesting story, though, but seriously? That is something. Monitor. Sun's bright light shines the truth into a man's laws. Speak his name to stop a fight, then invoke a legal clause. Beware, dread Asmodeus. Both his word and promise sweet, more able to betray us than the devil's at his feet. Aurel is merciless and cold. The winter's icy breath. Spare a little food and gold so you won't freeze to death. Makes sense. The book is handwritten in a swinging scroll. The red ink of an eager editor splashes through most of its contents. Two inscriptions, each in a different hand, are scribbled inside the cover. V. Volungus. Absolutely not. E. Or L.S. Dearest, Elminster. While you may lack imagination, nymphs, I assure you do not. Nor does it public that eagerly awaits this work. I will refrain from publishing this piece for now, but only that I may conduct a more extensive bout of research. Your friend these many years, Volothump Gidarm, author, researcher, raconteur, etc. So, guys, I installed a mod to make the women extra busty in this playthrough. So, you're welcome, but just beware. So, raconteur is a person who tells endless and skillful in his way. Like, to tell stories, I guess. Perfect. Centuries ago, a young man sailed from the village of Grey Harbor. Where he went, what he saw, and the deeds he accomplished are simple legends today. Where the wealthy return with years later is a hard fact. Baldur made Grey Harbor rich. His gold-built docks funded businesses and raised strong walls to protect it all. One of the gates into this flourishing city was named in his honor. But so great was the wealth that flowed through it that the name of the gate became more famous than the village that started it all. Huh. The name Grey Harbor has been relegated to dusty history books and ancient maps. But Baldur's Gate, that name is on the lips of every traveler in Faerun. That's peculiar. The foreword to this brief account of Zariel's fall captures the tone of the entire text. Greetings, sensible folk. Already I can detect grumbling and the agitated rattle of pipe stem against teeth. A lesson dedicated to an Archduke of Avernus. Has Harrington taken leave of his senses? Quiet your complaints. I assure you I have not. It is true that cosmic occurrences are often insensible by their very nature, but the tale of Zario strikes close to home. In her downfall, you will be reminded of those haughty, do-gooding neighbors and acquaintances who rightfully arouse your suspicions. One moment they are suggesting you grow turnips rather than potatoes on that fallow patch, and the next they have their kitchen knife strapped to their belt and are suggesting you explore the abandoned crypt behind the Giles farm. In short, Zariel was a celestial being tasked with monitoring the ebb and flow of the Blood War, of which more in volume, what's that, 20? 21? Yeah, 21 matters of little importance to sensible folk. Observing was not righteous enough for Zariel, though, and she took it upon herself to become directly involved. Like the oaf who sees two fellows fighting over a spilled tankard of ale, and rather than applying their efforts, cracks their skulls together and causes a tavern-wide brawl. Damn, she invaded Avernus, was defeated, and now rules there, corrupt and wicked. Wow. What can sensible folk learn from this full shell? It's obvious. Do not strive to correct what cannot be corrected. Look not to distant lands and conflicts, but to your fields, your family, and your friends. There is nothing but misery to be gained from interfering in the hardships of others. Harrington Knopfler. Oh damn. So basically Zario was a celestial being, like she was an angel, I guess. And so she tried to help or try to, you know, stop the blood war, do something, and I guess she was feeding and being corrupt and became a devil. God damn, that's fucked up. I guess it's like, basically mind your own business. Don't try to, change stuff that's already fucked. I guess, because hell is chaos cannot be corrected. So yeah, that's I guess kind of message for the United States as well to kind of stay out of business. Taurus Guide Coast, Zor Coast, Volume 9, Inns and Guest Houses. With the dust of their journey still clinging to boot and cloak, the canny travelers still no doubt seek to secure accommodation within the city. Post haste below are some establishments that are typical of what the city has to offer. The Blade and Stars, easily identified by its sign, a wooden shield boasts a curved blade against a field of stars. A handwritten scrawl on the margin notes that the sign is currently not in place. This inn is comfortable, quiet, and highly recommended for travelers seeking to recuperate from their journey. Expect unassuming fare at a reasonable price. Moderately clean rooms and passably clean patrons. The Blushing Maid. For those seeking an altogether rowdier night in the city, the Blushing Maid should be the first port of call. Named for the life-size wooden mermaid on display, this inn is known for its ill-reputed patrons, frequent brawls, and altogether unsavory reputation. Nevertheless, I feature it here owing to great interest from my readership. I can only advise that you exercise extreme vigilance about a vigilance should you choose this establishment. Makes this Elsong Tavern. Most of this patch is illegible due to water damage, apart from the words and phrases nearest to the inner margins. Dimly lit, proprietor Alan disembodied elvish singing voice. This book naturally falls to a dog-eared page in which Bumpo describes the more unusual races he's met in his travels, but they weren't half so strange as the bird folk. First, Araka I met had the head of a parrot and the body of a human, and wings also of a parrot. I tried not to stare, but it was real hard. Turns out she was one of the motley party, because around her table were a tabaxi cat folk, a genasi element folk, and a turtle folk trying to act casual. I asked what the hell they all were. They ignored me. I can't blame them. To them, I must have looked awfully dull and average, for they were the first of their kind I'd seen. but I was just one of a billion born humans to them. The realm according to Bumpo. An excerpt from the true and impossible adventures of Tenbro Morrow, a pulp serial following the real life exploits of an interplanar ship's captain. The real Captain Morrow is known never to have left her native Waterdeep and emerges from her rooms at the yawning port only to exchange scrawled manuscripts for fresh meals and ink. And thus, in the light of the Feywild's near setting sun, we pass into the land of Illidan. My astute resolution to sail around their forest was betrayed. It seems to me that the river itself conspired to change course, bringing the new bride into the shadow of the trees that I might see those dancing figures up close. The form of the Illidan, with what I am now intimately familiar, is that of elves as seen in a fever dream, slender as wands and with what hair of every changeable hue. Their moves mirror that fey wilderness from which they sprang. One moment gentle as a still pond, the next inexorable and deadly as a falling mountain. The latter I experienced only after spending many agreeable hours or perhaps seasons among them. A halfling woman employed among my crew as a smith dared to raise her voice in a song above that our host, the death of the insult, became clear as the forest fell into silence, and it was only quick thinking on my part that delivered a compromise. When we leapt, it was without our smith, and the only sound was the solitary ring of her hammer as she endeavored to forge a blade that would sing for the Eldrin more shrewdly than she. It has been some centuries since. I hope she has succeeded by now. Who knows, buddy? Who knows?
Bet that will fit in my pack. Something good here, I hope. Time to press ahead.
There you go.
What a day.
Oh, yeah, I also
My
download
time
this
to
mod.
rest.
This mod is like, yeah, you go to passives, but it was like no critical failure, reliable ability checks, reliable skill checks. This is probably the best mod out there.
Hey, good looking.
Whatever comes, I'm ready.
Attention.
Keep a blade close. A crooked touch.
I got this dice. It's a Golden Death Skull alt. I got it. It's pretty cool. I got the mod that allows me to, yeah, the reliable roll mod. Yeah. Fuck you
Looking
all.
ahead. Anything of use?
Oh, I did not go up here.
Light on my feet. Don't mind if I do.
Variety is the blood of the city itself. For better or worse, the devoted will find a place to worship, the dedicated will find work to be done, and let it be fully understood by any who wishes the criminal enterprise of Baldur's Gate thrive as heartily as the rest. Vision plans for Eltergard. An aging map of Eltergard and surrounding the cities of Baldur's Gate and Elter are both marked, but it's a wilderness between that's covering it in those symbols and ciphers. The fresh net ink marks pictographs of goblins and gnolls shown gathering in the forest and the hills nearby. In fact, the greatest joy of my life has been acting and becoming. When you choose a character to play, you don't just wear a mask. You take a little of their soul for your own. Wherever you're in, whoever you are in your heart of hearts changes, if only for the faintest smoke. Interesting. Where does it in? An excerpt from the ongoing metatext are bound by Isol Iosefa Illigan, a scholar excommunicated from the Church of Denair for her heretical efforts to reconstruct the metatext, her gods, honor of lost and hidden knowledge. Perhaps greater still, their monopoly as a continent's largest private army. The true achievement of the modern Zentirum is in the synthesized image they present to the world. Viewed by most as an efficient, if unscrupulous, mercenary organization, few would guess at the Black Network's dark origin as a cult dedicated to the dark god Bane, once bent towards bringing all peoples to heel beneath his creed of tyranny and domination. Many among their ranks scoffed when confronted with this fact, citing overblown conspiracies and reassuring me that the only gods to whom the Zentrum give worship today are the twin deities, Prophet and Power. This is not to say the organization has entirely shed its dark side, however. Alongside a clenched fist of their military, on the other hand, works from the shadows to ensure that the network prospers even in peacetime. But just as vital as the movement of troops is the movement of goods, legal or otherwise, and there is no border or market that is ever truly closed to one bearing the seal of the Black Network. Delvino autobiography. Have you ever had a change? Have you ever had a god change your blood? It is a horrifying thing, even for those who may desire it. Yet few tieflings wish for Asmodeus to claim their bodies, only to be given no choice in the matter. It is not as if we were well loved before the Archdevil's gambit. Our people have always struggled against the notion of devilkin, as if a single drop of infernal ether inescapably corrupts. How amusing when so many others willingly sell their souls to fiends if their culture as a whole escapes the blame. By what method can we redeem ourselves when the crime is not ours? I would drive a blade into every warlock that aided Asmodeus' damned ritual, but personal vengeance cannot undo the will of a god, much less one as slippery as the Lord of Lies. When every passerby thinks you a thief and heretic, it is deeply tempting to become one. The only thing that stopped me is knowing that Asmodeus wants nothing more than for all of us to fall from grace. Damn, that's sad. That is just sad. I wish them the best.
I was hoping you'd come to chat. What do you need?
killed. Good God. Fuck you all.
None pity the children.
One foot, 2 feet. Well met, we'll meet. 2 drinks, 1 mink. 2 drought, 2 drinks. 1 beer, 3 beers. Come join, drink here. That doesn't really rhyme, but no sir. 1 bear, 3 beers. Come join, drink here. 1 foot, 2 feet. Well met, we'll meet. Yandala and Garl. shirt twixt them afar, all covered in butter, and they liked each other. Along came a fly who flew in with a cry to the butterfly farl of Yandala and Garl. When Garl took a bite, Yandala shrieked with fright. Don't eat that, oh my, that's a butterfly. There was an old man named Elamon who made the best buns in Faerun. The elders did scold him whenever he sold them, saying, Elm, bring those buns to our room. It's kind of funny. A man and woman stand side by side in armor and blazing with a red fish surrounded by flames. Find pride and purpose in the flaming fish. Join today and protect Baldur's Gate, led by Grand Duke Baldur Ravengard himself. You'll be tasked with guarding the city streets, protecting his people, and upholding the laws that govern us. Speak to any of our friendly fists throughout the city, or visit our headquarters at the Sea Tower of Balduron to find out how you can blaze a new career path today. Typical army recruitment propaganda bullshit. It's just typical.
How delicious. Oh, for a skeleton key. All right.
Yeah, nothing's in here anyways.
Can't give up now.
Cum mortuis in lingua mortuum.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Says a toughest in the tribe. Everything. All of us. Scouting. Snooping. Tieflings. Don't fight. Fair. Boss Ragslin and the Drow. Priestess Gut. Powerful.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
Guess you can't ask who killed her. This is weird.
With haste.
Careful, I bite. With pleasure.
blood. No, never mind.
Supply log scroll, underline on the inside cover. You're seeing pages that follow track storage and use of food and medical supplies. A flurry of entries sneered and suggests that the reserves are near.
What's in here? Always room for more. Don't waste a step.
Keep your distance, darling. Let's crack it open.
I've got a long road ahead.
Oh, there's some good poisons right here. I'm guessing this was for medicine at one point or something. I don't know. Good shit here.
Wonder if the gods are watching me.
Pages are stained with dust and mud. between screeds and hygiene, but between screeds about hygiene while traveling on the road, your eyes settle on this section. There were those that warned me against straying from the river, but I was out searching for for an adventure, and where better than the fields of the dead. Living in Baldur's Gate, one hears much about this grand grassy plain, but one never visits. And for a place with such a desolate, desolate name, it is positively teeming with life. Well, perhaps not teeming, but there are honest farmers to be found there, and a large number of ravens. Alas, I had no time to venture near the huge hills or barrows, as the locals call them, but I am told that ancient artifacts are all but bursting out of the ground. A fine spot for a little relic hunting. Some melons, I guess it's like a watermelon. Academic disclosure. This research was funded independently and conducted at a site in Avernus, the first plane of the Nine Hells. Candlekeep does not encourage or promote the entrapment of mortal souls. Soul coins, as a concept, are one of merciless simplicity. The sum of personal and magical essence. A soul is bound to a minted piece of infernal iron and used as currency by devils and their cohort. They are frequently traded for their value, can purchase mercenaries, magical items, even fuel the strange engines in the hells. However, there is a fascinating culture surrounding soul coins as well. I spoke to a devil who admitted she has one coin that she will never sell, for it was the bargain that got her promoted out of Lemurstadt. She connected me to a half-elf warlock who promised his soul to a coin after death. I was able to look at his contract, which is reproduced below. The next 50 pages appeared to be a painstakingly written legal document in infernal, but headache-inducing number of footnotes. Shit. Sure, man.
Open up.
What now? Symbol.
At least things have stayed interesting. Maybe I need more pockets. What's inside?
Command us to invite rot into our midst.
Oh, child. You have drifted far from your father's teachings.
The book's central argument is encapsulated in a chapter devoted to lae'zel, guild kingpin of Little Kalemshan. At another time and another place, lae'zel would be celebrated as a revolutionary in Baldur's Gate in her own lifetime. She's known as a crime lord, a kingpin of the guild, ruling over the city over the city within a city that is this district of Little Kalimshan. Rosa's story began when she was orphaned at a young age. Her father was hanged by the Flaming Fist for sheltering his fugitive brother. Damn. Soon after, her mother was announced by the jealous wife of a patriarch and imprisoned in a sea tower where she perished. Alone in the world, she had learned two valuable lessons. When the law is corrupt, it is necessary for those without the support of the source to act outside of it. And when the law is brutal, it is an ethical duty to act against it. Operating from within the Cullen Jewel Emporium, Rilsa knows the value of everything and everyone that moves through Baldur's Gate. She controls a wide number of agents who observe and track the exchange of goods and information exclusive to any merchant or politician. The second-hand knowledge is cheap. Rilsa's real trick is to draw those with secrets to share directly into her orbit. At her Garden of Whispers, information can be shared with the guild anonymously. Anyone with a grudge to bear or a competitor to bring low, that is to say, anyone of importance, to ensure that the whole city knows their grievance. It is said that if somebody speaks of your weak spot in the garden at dawn, you can expect to find a knife buried in that exact spot before night falls. Shit.
Pity you don't see that.
I thought I had been a good teacher to you. Clearly not.
Well, hello. Here we go.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times. Should mind my step.
Dare you even look me in the eye?
I did what I had
What's
to.
hiding here?
A pity you don't see that.
I thought I had been a good teacher to you. Clearly not.
Keep away from something. She's laced enough as is. Okay.
You took it upon yourself to undertake the Rite of Thorns. I ought to exile you from this place. Forever. Instead, I shall listen to the explanation that you owe me.
I owe you nothing. Goblins swarmed us like roaches while you stumbled after the past. You chose to abandon us. I chose to protect us.
Silence! The rite has been ended. I will allow you to stay, but consider yourself a novice anew. You have forgotten the ways of the druids, our place in the natural order. You shall learn it all once again, right here. Backslide, and nature's fury will crush you.
As you wish, Master Halsin.
Spilled blood will not right bad blood. Allow me to deal with my own. I still have need of her. You will soon see why. But enough of that for now. I owe you my thanks. The grove stands. Nature prevails. And again, I am in your debt. Speak to Wrath. He will reward you for your efforts. The journey to Moonrise Towers, and all the dangers that entails. But that's tomorrow's problem. Take some time for yourself tonight. Rest, celebrate. Come morning, I'll be by your side. Your path will soon take you away from the grove, I feel. Your efforts will not be forgotten. Soon. Remember the dangers I told you about. There'll be plenty of time to face them. Take tonight to rest, recuperate, celebrate. Tomorrow, I'll join your camp so I can help with the trials yet to come. Soon. Remember the dangers I told you about. Take tonight to rest, recuperate, celebrate. Believe me, it is. The span of a mortal life isn't enough to grasp the importance of this place. Its roots touch everything. Soon. Take tonight to rest, recuperate, celebrate.
Seems like a good moment to talk.
You're curious. You got a great many odors about you. What happened to you?
He listens, rapt, hanging on every word. As you near the end of your tale, you see his attention drift as he licks his lips, thinking about something else entirely.
Oh, wow.
The bear is preoccupied with a shiny pebble. Your presence goes unnoticed.
More for me.
Things are starting to calm down, thanks to you. We can finally get some rest. You look as tired as I feel.
I know you stopped the goblins, but I can't stop looking over my shoulder. It makes it hard to sleep at night. I'm seeing goblins in every shadow.
You think you saved us? You just prolonged the inevitable. Sooner or later, other outsiders will bring trouble to the Grove. This will happen again. We won't have you to rescue us when it does.
I thought you were Halsey.
The boar prances around, haunches clenching and unclenching impatiently.
Where's Halsey? Promise me a mate. Well, at least the sun is nice. You should try it. Lay down and bask in its warmth.
Do you hear them? The birds? They're beautiful. I've thought of nothing but goblins and tieflings for so long. I stopped listening. The grove feels safe again. We have you to thank for that.
No! Where is it? I'll put the coin right here. No! Where?
We wasted so much time fighting each other. Sylvanas taught us a lesson by letting an outsider save us. It'll take time to mend our grove. Thanks to you, we have it.
I hear the goblin leaders met their ends. Unfortunate for them, but very fortunate for the grove. Without leaders, those goblins present little threat to the grove. Sylvanas has blessed us.
got your back.
I have a lot on my mind. And, well, in it. What path lies before me? What's up for discussion?
We're free of the days ahead won't be easy. I'm glad we have Halsin to guide us. Thanks to you, we have the chance to heal.
Not for communal use, it seems.
Fuck off, Nobel!
No traps, please.
No more fighting. No more fighting. Just peace.
Not everyone subscribes.
How many will die the next time we throw open our doors?
Fuck off, Nobel!
Your light fingers were too heavy this time. You've been caught stealing. What will you do? They believe you. Your light fingers were too heavy this time. You've been caught stealing. What will you do?
I'm sorry, I can't believe I cast that spell. There's no way they should have been able to see me.
Never wanted the easy path. Might be useful.
What did I tell you?
I should speak up.
I wasn't sure about you at first. Thought you might be trouble. I was very wrong. Safe travels, wherever they may take you.
Your light fingers have attracted attention. It seems an explanation may be in order. You may have talked your way.
Well, my day just improved. Did you want something?
What I do is when I take some, I got leave you head to camp. That's my first mistake. When I take some, I gotta leave you head to camp. But anyways, that's all for this one, guys. Prosty and 3 out this with you, Dammon. We'll see you later. Thank you for watching.